hour. I have a great honor of introducing Jo, and she's going to be singing us the Eagle Song as part of the I Don't Know More movement.
All right, bonjour, everyone. Bonjour. Come on, it's still kind of early. Everyone say bonjour.
Bonjour.
Bonjour. My name is Robert Horton. I'm from Rainy River First Nations. Thank you. Thank you so much for letting us join you today. We're here on behalf and as Teachans and giving information about what's happening in Canada right now, and it's affecting not only First Nations people, but Canada right across the board. By show of hands, who has heard of I Don't Know More? By show of hands, who has not? Scuffle, eh? Currently, right now, in the House of Commons, there are 8 bills being forced through. There are 8 bills. The first of which is Bill C-45. Past that, there are other bills that are forcing changes to legislation that affect us as First Nation people. It is breaking treaties, zero consultation. Breaking treaties, zero duty to consult. Why is this important? Canada was founded upon these treaties. Bill C-45, the first one being put through the House of Commons right now. It affects Canada, all Canadians, all First Nation people on these lands. Stephen Harper and Harper's government made a preemptive strike against First Nation people by cutting capacity to many of our organizations up to 80%. So we'd have fractured capacity in case we wanted to fight this. They weren't expecting the grassroots to rise up. Bill C-45, it affects us all. First Nation, Métis, Inuit, Indigenous, non-Indigenous, Canadian. There are plans right now from the Harper government to sell off and to exploit resources right across these lands. If anyone here has seen what happens to lands after strip mining, the water is unprotected. This is what is in store now, unless the grassroots, whether it's unions, whether it's our activists, whether it's educators, we start to unify. This is what's in store for Canada. China is ready to go. FIBA is ready to go. This has been long and calculated and well planned by the Harper government to destroy and devalue and degrade these lands. And this is going to affect us all. Affect all of us. One reason why myself and Jo and many people have been talking about and really speaking about asserting treaty rights, helping us and supporting us in asserting our treaty rights, especially with Bill C-45. Supporting us in asserting these treaty rights will protect all Canadians. What Harper has done is a violation and a dishonoring of these treaties. And we really need our people and Canadians in general to know this. There's a lot of power at the grassroots movement. In the history of the world, and if history is any guide, all substantive changes, all powerful changes, all meaningful changes in the history of the world has not come from the top down, it's come from the bottom up. It's come from the workers, it's come from organizers, it's come from activists that are saying, not on my watch, not on my watch. So as we inform you today about these things, I implore you to look into the Idle No More movement. There's a website. Well, first of all, who here uses Facebook? That's it? Really? There's groups that help organize in Winnipeg and Thunder Bay, so right across Canada. Please inform yourself. Inform yourself what's being done in your name, what's being done in our name. Without duty to consult, without consultation, the Harper government is selling the resources from these lands, which will devalue, degrade so much of what we hold precious here on these lands. On that note, I just want to say thank you very much for lending me your ears today. Please look into the movement. There's been, I wouldn't say a media blackout, but a lot of mainstream media has put blinders on in terms of this. But this movement, Idle No More, is happening in every major city in Canada and many cities around the world right now. And there have been huge, massive efforts to keep the blinders on the Canadian public. This doesn't just affect us, it affects everybody living in Canada now. Union workers especially, Canadians especially, anybody. Water is the source of life. On that note, I want to say thank you for lending me your ears. I'm going to turn this over to Dave. Fletch.
My name's Dave. I'm a member of this local. I'm a national union representative for the union. The reason I'm here on Anishinaabe and Cree land is to recognize that treaties that were signed in our name have not been honored. These are, and everybody has a collective agreement, knows how contracts don't always mean what they're written on. But the fact is the survival of our children, our grandchildren, are dependent on a different relationship with the earth and with each other and with the way that we work. And so, on that note, there are links between us, not only through the environment and their survival, our survival as human beings on this planet, but also in terms of the Harper government and the things that Harper has allowed to happen to us. It's the same things that he does to everyone else. And so there's a common link, and it's not just Harper. It's all the things behind Harper that we don't see, the banks, the rich, the power that is unspoken, where we see they talk about fiscal austerity, but they're making record profits, trillions of dollars, and that's a fact. Money is moving offshore left and right, going into foreign bank accounts untaxed. That's Harper, and that's the people behind Harper. So just changing Harper won't just be enough, but we have to recognize that we're all in this together now, and our children are in this, and our grandchildren should not be forced to pay for the things that greedy people did today. So on that note, I'd like to really honor our guests and turn it over to someone who took on Harper directly inside the House of Parliament, and a Winnipeg resident, Bridget DePac.
Thank you so much for your words, for your song. Thank you for your words, and thank you for the work that you do every day to serve all of us. I am just so excited to be here. This is Anishinaabe Cree land, and I want to acknowledge that and honor that. And I was just feeling so hopeless and so helpless, and I felt such a sense of fear when I was working as a page in the parliament, I was just serving these politicians who were putting our country, putting people in danger. And they were attacking workers, they were attacking Indigenous peoples, they were attacking people of all walks of life. And so, for so long, I just felt so afraid. I felt afraid to speak out about colonization and racism and these policies that have divided us. And I am so excited about the Idle No More movement because it is allowing us the chance to overcome our fear and to really show that solidarity is stronger than fear. As we see with people who are rising up, doing round dances in malls, the drumming in malls, we see how people are rising up and doing rallies for Idle No More. And this is a movement for Indigenous sovereignty. This is a movement to defend the earth and the land and the waters and humanity. And it is an incredible opportunity to shift paths completely from a racist path, from a horrible government, to a path that is about our shared humanity, that is about nation to nation, that is about respect for all peoples. And that is about defending the earth and the land and the water and each other. And this is about caring for each other and friendship above all. So I invite you to join with all those people who are part of this Idle No More movement that is for all of us. It truly is for all of us. There is going to be an Idle No More action happening tomorrow at 3 o'clock at Portage in Maine. It's going to be a round dance. It's incredibly joyful. I went there with my grandma and my sisters, and that was the first time we'd ever gone to a protest together. It was amazing. It didn't feel like a protest. It felt like this incredible, joyful experience. So I really hope to see you there. Thank you.
My name is Healing Earth Woman, and I'm from the Wolf Clan. I'm also from Anishinaabe territory. I'm also a mom and a sister and an auntie, and I think it's so important that everyday people hear the message of what this Idle No More represents. That is, it's driven, woman-driven. That women, Indigenous women, got together and they're sick and tired of the abuse that's been happening to our peoples. We're the original peoples of this land, and our ancestors are buried in this land. So it's so important that we speak. We speak not only for the earth, but also our responsibility for the water. And this whole movement is about protection. It's not about causing any kind of fear in the people, but it's a movement that comes from love, and that connection to earth that we have as peoples. And I want to mention that also that our young people are going to carry this responsibility on, but that to let the people know that this comes from the women, that we have to speak up for Mother Earth. There's so much violence that's happening to her. We feel that as peoples connected to this earth. So it's important that we speak on behalf of her, because all of us have to live in this world. There's so many things that are uncontrolled, like the elements. The elements are reacting because of all the fracking and the disruption that are happening with tar sands and different things like the logging, because the trees are also the lungs for Mother Earth. Like, there's things that have to be said why we're involved, because you're not focusing on those things. It's all about money and greed that this government is doing with this land. And it's going to affect everybody, not just our people, but everybody. So I think it's important, and I just wanted to share that song, because everything that we do has songs and meaning and spirit. So when we come here with good hearts, and we speak on behalf of our people with good hearts, and we're not afraid to stand up for Mother Earth, and we'll always defend her, whatever means necessary. Miigwech.
All right, who here would sincerely say they're tired of politicians and we need leaders? By show of hands, let me hear you. Who says? Say yes. Yes. The leadership Leadership is not what we're going to find in Ottawa. Leadership is going to be coming right from this very room. Leadership is going to be coming from that intersection of Portage and Main tomorrow. Leadership does not come from votes. It's from doing what's right. What's right in someone's heart, what's right for our coming generations. Whether we're Indigenous or non-Indigenous, we've been born into a situation that's like this. A lot of challenges. If there was anything that would have an opportunity, a sincere opportunity to bring that relationship into true reconciliation, this is it. This is it. Us standing here, those standing at Portage and Main tomorrow, and all across Canada, we're not standing there for ourselves. We're standing there for our grandkids and yours. So in the coming hours, the coming days, and the coming weeks, I implore you, and I challenge you, to please look into the movement, just even if it's information to bring around your kitchen table. Because it's our kids and our grandkids, your kids and your grandkids, that are going to feel this in a major way if it isn't stopped.
We also like to think of Teresa Spence, who's on a hunger strike in Ottawa. She's taking the ultimate sacrifice to go on a strike, and also like to think of our missing and murdered women and our children.
Let's put the unity back in the community closely.
Just before everybody leaves, I want to thank everybody for giving us your attention today. I know it's not easy giving up your lunch, but I think these people had something very important to say. I got hooked into the Idle No More movement about 2 weeks ago at the very first protest march to Parliament, to the legislature, and I've been to a couple of flash mobs. And I'll tell you something, you guys are missing out on something if you don't go to one of these things. Tomorrow at 3 o'clock, it's an amazing experience. It moves you, it grabs you, and it doesn't let go. And I think it's for people that have started listening to or paying attention to Idle No More, what you're going to see now is in the mainstream media is a lot of information, false information that's going to be put forward. A lot of Sun media especially are starting to publish the wages of chiefs and some misinformation regarding money that is flowing into reserves or not flowing into reserves. So don't listen to it. If you want the real deal and the true story, hook onto the Idle No More Facebook website, or pardon me, the group. And remember too, I mean, we felt powerless too after we went on strike. We got locked out, and we got legislation that pretty much hammered us back into the workplace with no rights. And now, if you want to feel powerful again, join the Idle No More movement, because you're gonna get that back. Honestly, trust me. I never lied to you before.
Let's make some history, folks.
Yeah.